Hello everyone, welcome to my history on one of the most recent and controversial wars in world history, which is also one of the strangest, the Falklands War. Just a little heads up, I'm not going to make any decision on who I think should own these islands. Without any further ado, let's begin. So, some background info on the Falkland Islands. The Falkland Islands are a collection or archipelago of 30 or so marshy, cold, and miserable swampy islands southeast of South America, and they have less people than the amount of views on my YouTube channel. It's condensed history time, people. The Falkland Islands were discovered by either the English in 1592 or the Dutch in 1600. By 1800, the Spanish, French, and British had all claimed the islands for themselves, which later on led the British to prevail. It later became a sheep heaven, as they were able to produce more meat, wool, and best of all, methane. During World War I, the Germans tried to invade, but the British put an end to that. By the 1960s, Argentina tried to buy the islands with no luck. Then, in 1976, Jorge Videla enacted a coup d'etat to become dictator of Argentina because the previous person was so, democratic. After, Videla became unpopular, as dictators often are, and was replaced by another dictator, Leopoldo Galtieri. Galtieri also became unpopular and thought, what does an unpopular dictator of a struggling South American country do when they are widely hated? I know, how about I invade some dinky islands to rally some support? And so it was. On April 2nd, 1982, Galtieri launched Operation Rosario, a full-scale military invasion of the Falkland Islands, including the British base there. The next day, on April 3rd, the famed British Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, aka the Iron Lady, who was understandably pissed, said, Britain could and should not send a task force if the islands are invaded. Argentina had already invaded, and so in the British troops went, beginning the Falkland War. By April 7th, the UK had sent in 127 ships, including 43 vessels. The Americans, who loved making fun of the British, wait, why'd it cut to me? It's not like I almost routinely make fun of the British in every video I make, had a historian call the British defense a military impossibility. Later, the British sent in 40 jets, vastly outnumbered by Argentina's 100. Also, the two sides had submarines. On April 25, 1982, the UK successfully captured the neighboring South Georgia and South Shetland Islands, located here, and looked like this, causing Margaret Thatcher to say,
What's your reaction, rejoice at that news and congratulate our forces and the Marines.
Afterwards, the British shifted their focus to the much more important Falkland Islands. On May 1st, the UK launched the Black Buck raids at the airbase in the capital of the Falklands, Stanley. This obliterated most of Argentina's air force in the war. The same day were many dogfights, aka close combat in the air. On May 2nd, the British submarine, the ominously named HMS Conqueror, sank the Argentine naval ship, the General Belgrano, killing 323 Argentine soldiers, making it the bloodiest event in the entire war. This infuriated Argentina, causing them to retaliate by sinking the HMS Sheffield, killing 20 soldiers and wounding 24 more. Now, both sides were realizing that this war could go either way, and the victor would have to pay a cost. On this day, May 21st, 39 years ago in 1982, the Battle of San Carlos began, lasting through the 25th. It was the deadliest battle in the war, killing 11 Argentine soldiers and 49 British ones. It saw the explosion of the HMS Antelope on May 24th, and later the sinking of the HMS Coventry. The British won this heavy battle. Then, from May 27th to the next day, the British and Argentines met once more at the Battle of Goose Green. 18 Brits and 45 Argentinians were no more after this battle, which was also a British victory. Later, the two fought each other at the Battle of Mount Kent. 5 Brits and 9 Argentines died, once again allowing for, you guessed it, a British victory. On June 8th, the Battle of Bluff Cove occurred. 56 Brits and 3 Argentinians died, allowing for an Argentinian victory for once. Now, the UK and Argentina were eyeing the capital, Stanley, which would lead to the war's ultimate showdown. From June 11th to June 14th, during the battles of Two Sisters, Mount Longdon, and Mount Harriet, all British victories, came the fall of Stanley, the Falkland capital. No one knows how many soldiers both sides lost in this battle, but what we do know is who won this final battle. Argentina, who will go on to conquer Antarctica and the world. Stop fantasizing, Argentinians. No, the real victor was the UK by a landslide. The UK won the Falkland War. 255 British and 649 Argentinians were killed. Anyways, ever since the 10-week-long Falkland War of 1982, some stuff has certainly happened. For one, the Falkland Islands became a British overseas territory, and Argentina has still claimed the islands ever since, renaming them the Islas Malvinas. And with that was my history of the highly controversial Falkland War. No matter if you're happy or mad that the UK won the war, that's just what happened. My next video will be on something that I also mentioned in this video. My next video will be on the history and national anthem of Argentina. It will come out on May 25th. Thanks for watching.